Are you struggling to grow an online brand? You have a good strategy, you probably even have a good product, but you have no idea how you can be able to get it out to more people and get more sales. That's what I want to talk about in this video. So subscribe, let's get those credits rolling. The biggest struggle of so many business people is every time they see a new social media platform, they're wondering, how do I get on that? How do I make sure that every single time I put content on this platform, it will actually do well? In this video, I'll actually show you the things that you can be able to do depending on the platform, and then you can pick which platform to actually get started with and then make some money. The first platform I'll start with is Facebook. Facebook is by far the largest social media platform in the world, and it is one place that if you actually go in and find out exactly how to use it, you can actually get all your money from Facebook. First thing that you need to do is to open a page for your business, and then you need to classify your page. There are different types of classifications of pages, and I'll put them right here so that you can be able to start your page on the right foot. The thing you need to know is the way Facebook has done pages is that it does it this way so that you can be classified among a cluster of other businesses, so that if someone sees your page and they have not yet liked it and they have liked a similar page, they will get a recommendation to like your page as well. The next thing that you need to do is make sure that the basics are done. This means that an about page needs to be filled in well, directions to come to your business or how to get in touch with you, a profile picture, as well as a cover page. There are different dimensions, and Facebook usually tells you which dimensions of an image you need to put in, and that's really easy. All you need to do is pick those dimensions, go to an app like Canva, and you can be able to set your cover page and your profile picture. For profile picture, I'd advise you either use your face or you use your logo. That depends with how much you want to be seen on social media. If you're just trying to grow the business, then you can use the logo. If the business is around your brand as well, you can still put your image as well. The next, about contact information. One of the things that has recently been done is adding a contact that leads to WhatsApp. So you can be able to place your WhatsApp contact, and people on your Facebook page can contact you directly on WhatsApp, because you still want to make sure that your customers can reach you immediately. Then the next thing about a Facebook page is you need to be consistent in posting. You do a mix of text, images, and video. Of course, video will do much better, but here you have to make the video native to the platform. It is not enough to just pick a YouTube link and then put it on your Facebook page and then assume that because it is a YouTube video, it counts as well on Facebook. On Facebook, if you put a YouTube video as an post, it usually gets suppressed on the platform because YouTube and Facebook don't necessarily work well together. So do a video by uploading it on your Facebook page, and then it will get more traction. If you want to actually get more business on your Facebook page, I'd advise to think of advertising on your page. This can be to increase the reach of your page, to increase the sales on your page. And Facebook has guides that can help you, whichever aim you have for the adverts that you're doing. They'll actually guide you step by step. So you don't need necessarily to bring in an expert to do that part for you. However, if you need some training that has been done by a lady called Anne Canu, which I'll place in the description below, you can be able to check how to do Facebook adverts. She's really active on Instagram, but I'll still place her links in the description box below. The second platform that you can use to promote your business is called WhatsApp. Now, there are two apps for WhatsApp, and the one I really use for my business is called WhatsApp Business. So there's a WhatsApp which is personal, and there's a WhatsApp Business app. The good thing about this app is that you can be able to place directions to your place of business. You can even be able to set a catalog that you can send to potential clients. You can even set labels for the chats that you're having, whether you're having it with family or you're having it with a customer. If it's a new customer, if it's a new order, if it's a fulfilled order, you can be able to organize all this on WhatsApp Business. This is really good if you want to keep abreast of your sales cycle. WhatsApp would do really well. On the catalog page, you can place the name of the product, the price of that product, several images, or even a video that describes that particular product or service. And anytime a customer comes to you, you can be able to just send them that particular catalog and they can be able to see what you have done before. Additionally, you can even set away messages. This means that once you have closed your business and you are not near your phone and someone gets in touch with you, they'll get an automatic message that tells them, we are currently closed. If you'd like help, then we open at this particular time. This just helps your customers to know that there is always time that you will be available and there are times that you will not be available. I'd advise that you get a specific number that is used for WhatsApp Business that is separate from your personal number so that you can be able to make sure that you see your business messages. The third platform is Instagram. Now, one thing that I love about Instagram is that it's very possible to grow your brand just by consistent posting. Now, if you are on Instagram, one of the things that you need to really know how to do is to take good images. The images that you place on Instagram don't have to be done by a professional photographer, but they need to actually look good. A good app that you can use just to edit your images before you upload is called Snapseed. I've talked about it in a previous video when I talked about making of YouTube thumbnails, but it can be an app that you use just to spruce up your images before they go on Instagram. Another app that you can use is called Canva. Here you'll find different templates if you want to create a good grid. So if you go on Canva, you make some amendments, you use a template, you'll have your brand colors there, and then you put it up. Once you have your post ready, make sure that you put a nice caption, the photo is really striking, and then you use relevant hashtags. Don't just put in all the gain hashtags because you may get likes, but you'll not get the people that you're targeting. If you're targeting women under a particular age, then try and find out which hashtags they usually visit and then use those hashtags. Especially use hashtags where you can also be able to rank in the top 9. This means that the posts need to be about 10,000 and below, and you have a chance of actually ranking on those particular hashtags. This gives you real estate where you can be able to be seen by people, by brands, and then they can get in touch with you and buy from you as well. A new addition to Instagram right now is Instagram TV or IGTV, where you can be able to place behind the scenes video. You can be able to do some nice video where you explain about your products. If you're getting on Instagram, make sure that you're not just selling every single day. Engage in conversation and you can be able to make some sales even from there. Another thing that you can do on Instagram is promoting it on celebrities' pages. This is usually paid for, especially when you're doing it on their stories. So you pay a particular amount and that particular influencer will shout out your business. This can be a good way to bring in followers and even sometimes bring in sales, and that helps your business to actually grow. So if you're using this strategy, the good thing to do here is to make sure that you keep on testing. So once you have done the promotion on a particular influencer's page, what you do is you check after a few days the follows that you've gotten, the sales that you've gotten before you do it again. So don't do it on a day-to-day basis, so that you give the audience that has come in a chance to actually get to know you and some of them to even buy from you. If you're doing an Instagram post that is sponsored on your page, expect about 1 or 2% from the people who've been reached to actually move to become sales. The way social media works, people are not expecting to be sold to most of the time. unless that is the kind of post that you're doing. So take it with a bit of caution. Don't advertise every single time, but make sure that you are always consistent when posting on Instagram. The next platform you can use to do your business is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is an underrated social media platform, but it works really well right now because the organic reach on the platform is really good. That means that you are able to put up a post and it is seen by so many people, unlike other platforms where organic reach is usually low. So if you have a big following on LinkedIn, it works really well, especially if you're doing business to business transactions. It doesn't do very well with business to consumer kind of products, although that is just a generalization. So if you are on LinkedIn, one of the things that you need to do on LinkedIn is video. This is a showcase of the products that you have or answering some questions that people have. Video has been seen to do really, really well on the platform, and you don't even have to advertise for it to reach so many people. The thing you also need on the platform is to make sure that your content is shareable. Once someone shares on their page, it gets exponential growth. You can be able to see all the views that you've gotten and the engagement as well on LinkedIn. One of the other things that you need to remember is that the people who are on LinkedIn are mostly business-minded people, and that can be a good place to actually target the CEOs, the CFOs, and the COOs who are on the platform. And you can even do a product specifically targeting the C-suite executives, and they will buy from you. One of the things that LinkedIn does really well is that if you do a LinkedIn post or you do a LinkedIn message, it gets very far with people and it gets to be known by so many people. So if you want organic reach for your products, if you want people to even go on your website, then LinkedIn would be the best place to actually target your clients. Sometimes I put my YouTube videos on LinkedIn and it really helps, especially if it's a topic that would resonate with employed people or with business people. And even this particular section of this video, I'll actually just edit it and place it specifically on LinkedIn. The one thing that you need to understand about LinkedIn, you can place either on your personal profile or on a business profile. So you'll need to grow your business page as well by making sure that anytime you post on your business page on LinkedIn, you also promote it on your personal page, and people will tend to follow the business page as well, and that's the way it will grow. The ads on LinkedIn are relatively more expensive, but the goodness is that you can target specific kind of people. For instance, you can place an advert and say you just want it to be seen by CEOs of particular companies, and those are the people that are going to see. The goodness with that is once you have placed such a targeted ad, you have a higher chance of actually closing those people because they're the only people who are seeing it, and you are paying to be in front of people who are influential and they are the decision makers. So LinkedIn can be a good place where you can be able to grow your business as well. The next social media platform that you can use to grow your business is Twitter. Now, Twitter for me is a little tricky because I've really worked on it, really tried to grow my business using it. And the thing that you need to do on Twitter is to jump on conversations. Don't just be having a conversation all alone, because that's what tends to happen on Twitter, that you're trying to sell your own products. Go and check on what is trending either in your niche or in your country or in your city. This is the first place you need to go to. Then you engage in the conversation. This means that you are actually contributing conversation that is happening. And what will happen is the people who are also contributing to that particular trending topic will see your post, they'll probably follow you, and they are potential customers. I have not tried to sell on Twitter. I don't know how to sell on Twitter. If you do, place it in the comments below. Give us advice of what we should do on Twitter. And in the video on my left, you will see the way you can use video to grow your business. It's a video that I'd love for you to see. And the one on the other side is a playlist of the different businesses that you can be able to start in 2020. See you in the next video.